What is going on, Raider Nation? What is going on is NBR Podcast, back with y'all with another video, giving y'all a recap of the Las Vegas Raiders and the Cleveland Browns game, which the Las Vegas Raiders has won 20-16 over the Cleveland Browns to improve to 2-2. So now I want to thank everyone for actually coming through to the live stream. We greatly appreciate it and hope we see y'all every single week going forward right here on the Nothing But Raider podcast. But we're going to talk about today is our win. Yes, we improved to 2-2 and we get a crucial win that we really needed, 20-10. Now, one thing I can say about the Las Vegas Raiders, they are an up and down roller coaster. But we're going to break down this game and we're going to talk about a lot of things that has to happen here. So make sure y'all subscribe and make sure y'all get more videos like this. But the Raiders, they started out really slow in this first quarter, giving the Cleveland Browns the first 10 points of the game. Honestly, they went right down the field on the first drive and scored. They gave it 10 minutes of that first quarter for the Cleveland Browns. The defense did not look good in that first quarter, but we grew and we able to get better. But let's get into the box score and talk about this anyway. So Deshaun Watson, 24 of 32, 176 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, and the defense sacked him 3 times. The defense definitely came up crucial, and we'll talk more about that in this video. Jerome Ford, only 10 carries for 58 yards, no touchdowns. Deshaun Watson did carry the ball 8 times for 32 yards, and Deontay Foreman only had 4 carries for 2 yards. Overall, they had 22 carries or 92 yards, averaging 4.2 yards a carry, but we didn't give them over 100 yards, but we still got to get better in that department when it comes to running the football. Mind you, just to let you know, on the defensive side of the ball, we didn't have Marcus Epps, we didn't have Devon Diablo, and we didn't have Max Crosby in this game to begin with. Now, when it comes to the Cleveland Browns stats, when it comes to receiving, now you had Jerry Jeudy come in there and had 6 receptions of 72 yards, and on 9 targets, you had Amari Cooper, 4 receptions for 35 yards, and that number would have been bigger if the Cleveland Browns offensive line, which the center was holding Christian Wilkins, and that was with a big play for Amari Cooper and gave the Cleveland Browns the lead, but they called the flag for offensive holding and was able to bring that back. You had Elijah Moore in there, you had Blake Whiteheart in there, you had Jerome Ford with 7 receptions as well, but the Cleveland Browns was not able to get it done down the line, and our defense showed up when it was needed. Now, for the Las Vegas Raiders offense, I can say this. Gardner Minshew, 14 of 24, 130 yards. Wasn't his best game. Wasn't his best game at all. He was sacked twice, no touchdowns, no interceptions, but we still got the win. Offensively, it's a few things that we do have to get better there. Alexander Madison did have 5 carries for 60 yards, 12 yards per carry. For that guy, he could break tackles. He could do a lot. And Zamir White had 17 carries for 50 yards. I think we got to figure out what type of running back Zamir White is when he's a north and south runner instead of an east and west runner. So we got to use these running backs a little bit more different comparing to the personnel. DJ Turner was able to get a touchdown on a jet sweep play to able to get us that 20 points. And Trey Tucker was able to come through and get that as well. If you did the pitch from Zamir White to Trey Tucker on a reverse play to get us the touchdown. But we had 29 carries, 152 yards, 5.2 yards to carry and 2 touchdowns. This might be the formula of what we need to do, that everybody needs to be involved in the run game. From Madison to Zamir White, to DJ Turner, to Brock Bowers, Tyreek McAllister, Trey Tucker, and Gardner Minshew. Like, all of them need to be involved in the running game if we need to go over 100 yards every single game. Now, Jacoby Myers, 5 receptions for 49 yards on 10 targets. Trey Tucker, he was able to get 5 receptions for 41 yards on 6 targets, which he played pretty well. Harrison Bryant, 2 receptions on 21 yards, and Brock Bowers, 2 receptions on 19 yards on 3 targets. Offensively, we did get stagnant in that fourth quarter. If it wasn't for our defense helping us, we probably would have lost this game. And I'm going to be completely honest with you. We probably would have lost this game if our defense did not show up in that fourth quarter, because we was very stagnant, very complacent, and we could not get nothing moving on the offensive side of the ball when it came to that fourth quarter. But we was able to keep the lead because our defense helped out. But at the end of the day, I have to say Robert Spillane for defense was the guy. Was the leader as usual when it comes to it. He had 9 solo tackles on 12 total. Luke Masterson, 5 solo tackles on 6 total. Isaiah Palmao had a crucial breakup pass to Jerry Jeudy. He caught it like this, but Isaiah Palomalo came in, got him a sack, got him a deflection, and he played really well in the replacement of Marcus Epps. Adam Butler, six total with 4. Trayvon Merrick had an interception. The defense played really, really well. We got to get better with the running game. And offensively, we have to figure out how we can finish games without our defense actually helping us. I have to say this, and I'm going to say this only. When it comes to our run game, you see when we go in north and south for Zamir White, he's better north and south. Alexander Madison could do a little bit of both, though. He could be inside, outside. He could do a little bit of both. So I think we should split the carries a little bit more between Madison and Zamir White. I understand y'all want to make him the RB1, but when you have a running back by committee and get a total of 152 yards, we have to be doing that. That's the formula for us to get a good running game or help us out as much as possible, because this Denver defense coming in next week is going to be really, really crucial for us. But overall, let's get into the team stats and let's talk about it right here on the Nothing But Raider podcast. So when it comes to the team stats of this game, we had 17 first downs for the Las Vegas Raiders, only one little difference for the Cleveland Browns. Now, third down efficiency, both teams are horrible. There was 3 for 10 for Cleveland. We was 4 of 12. We have to be better on third down efficiency. We have to be better on there. Fourth down efficiency, they was 0 for 1. We didn't go for any fourth downs in this game. The Cleveland Browns did have 57 plays to our 55 plays. We had 268 total yards of offense. I think we should bring that up a little bit more. Hopefully, if we get Devontae Adams back, and hopefully we get Thayer Munford back as well, because DJ Glaze really did struggle and Colton Miller really did struggle against Myles Garrett today. But overall, we still got the win. Total drives, we had 11 total drives to their 9. We was averaging 4.9 yards per play on offense. We was averaging 4.2. Now, when I can say red zone attempts, we were 2 or 3 on red zone attempts. They were 1 of 2 on red zone attempts. And you know what really killed the Cleveland Browns? Penalties. 5 penalties for 38 yards. But we did have 6 penalties for 49 yards, so we have to be better in that department too. We are the least penalized team in the league, so we have to be better there. So we only had 1 turnover. They had 1 turnover because Zamir White fumbled. That's why they was able to get the 16 points, because Zamir White got blown up in the backfield and ended up fumbling the ball, and that's exactly what happened with that and made this game extra close. But when it comes to time of possession, the Cleveland Browns had 30 minutes and 42 seconds with time of possession, and we had 29 minutes and 18 seconds in this possession. But at the end of the day, I still feel like this was a great win for the Las Vegas Raiders, but there's a lot of things that we have to clean up on both sides of the ball. We got to make sure we can't have missed tackles, and we got to make sure we got to get first downs, because third down efficiency is not great for the Las Vegas Raiders. 4 of 12 is not good, and when we get against these good teams like the Pittsburgh Steelers and a good defense like the Denver Broncos, we have to be prepared for that to make sure we get these third downs for this team. But Raider Nation, how do you feel about the win? How do you feel? What are your pros and what are your cons for this game here? Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. It's the Nothing But Raider podcast, and we got the win, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, we did. So make sure y'all put in the comments, Raiders, and we'll see y'all in the next live stream or in the next video. Peace.